Welcome, welcome, welcome. Beautiful souls, thank you so much for joining us today on Frequency of Abundance. I'm Natan Verhovsky, the host with the most, just here for you. We are so blessed that the wonderful people over at Allura Creative decided to put this on for us and sponsor us and make sure that we can keep putting these incredible shows out for you. We're in season 7 right now. If you've been following all along, this is so much fun. This week is the first week, and season 7 is the inner architecture of legacy. So we're diving deep into what really means to leave something meaningful behind, not just in wealth, but in energy, choices, and character. That's why every day, Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, so my West Coast friends can pop in and have some early morning fun. And on the weekends, we let you restream, so whenever it's convenient for you, you can catch any episodes as much as you want. Now, Motivational Monday started this off. We did Legacy Starts with Identity. Transformational Tuesday was rewriting the legacy you inherited. Yesterday at Wealth Wednesday, we did Invisible Assets, the energy of what you leave behind. And today on Thought Leadership Thursdays, we're going to be talking about legacy in motion, daily habits that echo. And then tomorrow we end the week on Fearless Friday, break the cycle, build the future. But today on Legacy in Motion, daily habits that echo, it's not just what you do, it's what your energy teaches others to do. Your legacy is alive right now in your daily rhythm. Let's align the habits, the impacts, and get everything together so that it's what you truly want to leave behind. Now, I'm going to put some contact in the chat if you'd like to get a hold of us. If you'd like to come and play, we are going to have so much fun. So LinkedIn is where this channel right here, Frequency of Abundance, lives. That's going to give you the chance to come join us and the dozens of other ones already there, playing and having fun, interacting, watching any past episodes for all 7 seasons. Then, this is going to be fun too, there's going to be another place that we can play. That's going to be coming up a little bit later, and I'll tell you about it then. Right now, I want to make sure that we get the party started. So, if we're looking at, it's not just what you do, it's what your energy teaches others to do. Okay. So, look at legacy isn't what happens when you die, it's what your habits whisper into this world every single day. That's how you frame the focus, how your micro actions create macro impact. So habits are a signal, not just a system. You're always broadcasting what your behavior is teaching others about what's possible. Your to-do list, that's your values. It's just made visible. An example would be how brushing your teeth, drinking water, or starting your morning can reinforce self-worth or self-neglect. And we all go through periods of self-worth and self-neglect. It happens to the best of us. It happens to me. It happens to everyone I know. And it's a lot of personal time and energy it's going to take to get you out of that. So starting your day, popping in, joining us might be one of the best ways you can do it. Free therapy is always fun. Look at it this way. If we wanted to look at some actionable nuggets for today, audit 3 daily habits. Number 1, your first waking thought. What is it? Number 2, your body's first movement. What is it? Number 3, your emotional energy check-in. So look at an exercise as a legacy lens. And maybe a journal prompt would be, if someone copied my current day for 365 days, what would they become? If you've seen people that go to the gym and go, I got to work out, I got to get better and stuff, and then they go once and they overdo it because they haven't gone ever or in 10 years, and the next day they're so sore they don't want to go do it again because now it's not just going to hurt, it's going to hurt even more. And that's kind of the whole process of breaking down and building up. So if somebody copied you today for the next year, who would they become? That's where we can start to look at the ripple effect of routine. Where leadership isn't taught, it's caught. Kids, clients, coworkers, people are absorbing your frequency, not your resume. When people take a look and go, he's got skills, she's got skills, that's great. But if they've got a personality that doesn't lend itself to people wanting to be around you, nobody cares how much you know till they know how much you care. Play with the emotions that are required in there, because that's where you can change your emotional state. That changes your frequency. That changes your legacy. Let's do a quick exercise. So choose one action you want your future self or community to be known for. Let's anchor it to a daily habit. So gratitude goes to your daily voice memo to yourself. What I'm proud of today. And you can state, what am I proud of today? Let's do a tactical add-on. So if we set a 5-minute end of day reflection, what did I do today that echoes my future values? That's where we can start at the beginning of the day, pop into the end, see what's going on, and know that, okay, well, dang it, I live everywhere in between. This is wonderful. And so you get a chance to play, you get a chance to really come into your own. Because energy is more important if you understand that it's energy, not just effort. You're not leaving behind tasks. You're leaving behind tone, presence, and emotional residue. So your habits train your nervous system to feel safe or unsafe in growth. As you're growing, some people understand the difference between the pain that heals and the pain that hurts. The pain that hurts is just, an owie. But the pain that heals takes you through a process, and it teaches you how emotionally resilient you are as you're going through a thing that you can't step out of and you can't speed up. You just got to get through this. You just got to bear down. What will you be able to get through? And that is how you improve. So look at a morning energy calibration. 2 minutes, intentional breath. Would you like to go through a quick breath? Let's do parasympathetic nervous reset. So normally we'll go 4 beats of your heart in, hold for 4, out through the mouth, hold for 4, in through the nose, and repeat. Well, what if we did the same process, but this time in for 4, hold for 7, out for 8. Follow with me. Now, for 1 minute, what's the frequency I choose to broadcast today? We can do a stretch, we can do a shake. 1 minute. And then, 1 minute, smile in the mirror. Deep, deep gaze into your own eyes, smile in the mirror. Look into infinity. Look into your soul. And then for the evening, let's do a close the loop ritual. Do a forgiveness breath. And you just push out anything negative. Gone. Look for 3 wins and 1 insight from today. What are 3 things that you're like, yeah, awesome. And 1 insight, you're like, that is interesting. Or I didn't realize that. Or, that's kind of cool. Know that you can play in that world anytime you want. And if it appeals to you, and it's something that you're already at, and if you're at the magical place where you know that you're at 9 out of 10 personally and professionally, and that you were curious what maybe, playing in that extra field would look like and truly leaving your legacy. This season really ties into the other mini-series that I do called The Voices That Lead. And that's a podcast where I interview people, incredible people from all over the world, leaders, legacy, limitless. So in it, we look at every single one of our guests The audience gets to see them through the filter of answering those 3 questions. How do you serve those you lead? What do you believe is your legacy? And if you had just one gift to help make someone else truly limitless, what would that be? And the guests answer them. And in the process of answering, you learn such incredible insights into the most incredible people. Not your basic, hi, so tell me your story and where you're from. These people are so famous, they've all been interviewed many, many times, and I'm sure you could get that anywhere else. When you pop in here, well, you know what? Let me take a minute and show you better than telling you.
Ever wonder what sets real leaders apart? It's not the corner office, it's the impact they make. Welcome to the Voices That Lead podcast with Natan Verkovsky, where we dive deep with leaders who put service first. These aren't just CEOs or big names. They're people making a difference, building legacies through acts of kindness, mentorship, and heart. Every episode you'll hear powerful stories, straight from those who lift others up and inspire change. Looking for practical advice, authentic conversations, or just a spark to unleash your own limitless potential? You'll find it here. Because leadership isn't just about where you end up. It's about who you help along the way. Join the community and get inspired. Reach out to be a featured guest on the program. Leaders, legacy, limitless. Subscribe to the Voices That Lead podcast. Join us as a speaker and let others be inspired by you. Become the leader you're meant to be.
I believe you're meant to be a leader. I would love to have you come on for Voices That Lead. So reach out to me if it's something that you feel that you're at that level that you'd love to answer those 3 questions for us. Now, for today, let's get into building that habit legacy stack. So legacy is layered. Building it by stacking micro rituals. Momentum. Oh, it's going to be so much more powerful than motivation. It's my first book, Personal Momentum. And it's all about self-transformation. So look at the framework, the legacy stack. Number 1, mind. 1 thought ritual, a mantra, a power question. Heart. 1 gratitude or connection ritual. Body. 1 energizing ritual, movement, hydration, stillness. Impact. 1 act of generosity, teaching, or modeling per day. Give if you want to be good. Learn to receive if you want to be great. When you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the strengths of your habits. So let's look at your integration and embodiment to make sure that we're on point, on tap, and that everything is completely connected. Where do you feel? And you can put it in the chat, you can DM me, you can reach out to your peer group, you can say hi to your audience, come play in my sandbox, but just don't leave it inside. Look at where you can make such a big impact. This whole season is for you and legacy. Integration and embodiment. So we don't just install habits, we become them. Legacy is an embodiment over explanation. That ability of repetition plus intention ends up becoming your identity. So pick 1 habit you want your grandchildren to model. Start doing it today with joy. I don't care if you don't even have kids. I don't care if you're not even dating. Pretend what that would look like. Start doing it today with joy, not discipline. You do this because you choose to do this. You do this because you want to do this, not because you have to do this. I don't have to wash my Lamborghini. I get to wash my Lamborghini. If I had a Lamborghini, I wouldn't look at it like, oh, what a chore. I'd look at it as a labor of love, if nothing else. And I invite you to look at that yourself the same way. Now, if we recorded a voice message to our future self, what would it say so that you could really let it witness this shift that was right about to happen? Because I wanted to, I guess, be, your witness and bear testimony to you. I think that would be so important to have that and to make sure that everything in there would work and work according to your intention. So you pick, you pay for the music, you pick the song, right? So this is your movie, you're the star, It's your life. You need to win. You need to win this movie. You need to win this life. You need to win this story. Let's look at how legacy is alive. In every choice today writes tomorrow's folklore. So who you are when no one is watching is your legacy. Rituals, they're like spiritual blueprints your soul leaves behind. Rituals are spiritual blueprints your soul leaves behind. All the processes are right there. The blueprints, if you follow them, if you follow the rituals, they reconnect you to spirit, back into alignment. They reconnect you back to source. Your nervous system, it remembers what your mind forgets, right? So you need to train it with love. Your mind is a wonderful, wonderful servant and a really, really crappy master. So don't give it that place and expect it to know what's best for you. It won't. It's not its job. Reach out to me and we can talk about the process of manifestation offline and privately, because it's very, very different than The Secret. It's very, very different than looking at affirmations and looking at positive thinking and really trying to just get that out there. This is when we talked about affirmations versus incantations. Affirmations are nice, soft, kind words that make you feel better about yourself. Incantations are words spoken to invoke power. So it really depends where you're coming from and what you're trying to do. You drop the dishes, you're like, that's okay. If you're not clumsy, you're fine. That's a cute little affirmation and stuff. That's not the time to do an incantation. So think about that. Rituals are spiritual blueprints your soul leaves behind. Now, your nervous system, we talked about how it remembers what you forgot and treating it with love. Because habits don't just make you productive, they make you magnetic. The micro actions plus the massive energy equals explosive influence. And massive action, even with micro energy, can cure almost anything. It's really amazing that if you just get up and go, everything else falls in line. People get out of your way, the world moves aside for you. So look at when you teach more by being than by speaking. Now, every day popping through, you'll notice that there's different ways that you're starting to make an impact. And it's interesting. I didn't expect that. Every day is a rehearsal for your legend. So how you do anything is how others will remember everything about you. That one consistent act of integrity, it's going to outlive 100 motivational speeches and wonderfully cute things that you could be or do or say. You don't leave a legacy, you live it, right? So that's where I want you to shine. Shine in the areas that you want to brighten out. Discipline fades, right? Devotion echoes. Now, mastering your mornings lets the world feel your resonance. Mastering your evenings lets you feel connected directly to your purpose. Your calendar reveals your creed, right? So legacy isn't what's left when you're gone. It's what grows because you're here. And while you're here, there's times to focus. Let's look at if you're already at a peak performance level. We talked a minute ago about the Voices That Lead podcast so that I could reach out to you and we could bring your message to the rest of the world. But what if you're not quite there yet? What if you're at 9 out of 10 personally and professionally and you want to know what 9.1, 9.2 looks like? Reach out. As an alignment strategist and alchemist, I've been an elite energy coach for about 30 years. I've had about 20,000 people come through my hands from Cirque du Soleil, acrobats, Olympians, national sports teams. Wrote 2 powerful books, Moments of Power and Personal Momentum, and really wanted to just give. And when COVID hit and I had the darndest time trying to come online, even with education, experience, and expertise, I didn't want others to have to go through that. So I founded Allura Creative and wanted to make sure that it was the only not-for-profit public relations house in the world. And so by doing that, it gave us the ability that, hey, now we can help those who need to have a light shined on them. So I want to bring you, take a minute, and let you see, in case this is something that can help you or someone you know.
I'm excited to introduce you to Allura Creative Agency, the world's first and only not-for-profit public relations powerhouse. Our mission is to increase your brand's visibility, credibility, and extend your global audience. In short, we hunt the whales for you. Our proprietary methodology blows a dog whistle to C-suite executives, leaders, founders, and owners across any industry. Welcome to our Executive Engagement Engine trademark. That's our secret sauce. It includes 3 proprietary processes: our Engagement Ignition trademark pre-event outreach process, our Commitment Catalyst trademark butts and seats process, and our Fortune Follow-ups trademark post-event outreach. These ensure the highest level of interest, virtual attendance, and follow-up conversations. As the world's first and only not-for-profit public relations powerhouse, what's our promise to you? Unparalleled commitment to transparency, ethical engagement, and impactful results. Partner with Allura Creative Agency and experience transformative executive engagement. Book a time to speak with us today, and here's to the evolution of your brand.
I love how it jumps off the page like that. That always makes me happy. So I know we only have a few minutes left, and I wanted to make sure that you had a proper ending with some deep thoughts for you. Now, if you look at every breath is a broadcast, I hear, I matter, I impact, then your daily rituals are going to start whispering to the universe, this is who I'm becoming. The discipline carves the statue. The intention is going to bring it to life. And many people are going to forget your words, but they'll never forget how your words and your energy made them feel and how it made them practice wisely. So you're not just leaving behind what you built, you're leaving behind how you built it. And I want you to remember how incredibly important that is. So as we round out today on Thoughtful Leadership Thursday, Legacy in Motion, daily habits that echo. It's not just what you do, it's what your energy teaches others to do. I'd like to invite you to come on back tomorrow. Fearless Friday, break the cycle, build the future. Be the ancestor your future self would thank. And they would thank you so much for being here, for guiding them, for having gone first, and then for having the bravery to put that out to the universe so that everybody knows, wow, that's so vulnerable, that's so naked, that's so honest and true. And by being that transparent, you give others not just a glimpse into you. Yes, initially it looks like that. But then it very quickly becomes a glimpse into themselves. And that's where the magic really happens. You are a beacon, and the light that you shine forward is so much bigger than anything you can imagine. When we talk about all boats get raised by the tide, you one day, I would love to see, not just become the biggest boat there, but to become the tide yourself and raise other boats. That is such a powerful feeling, and it's truly where you get to leave legacy. So I'm Natan Rahas, your host with the most. Thank you so much for joining us on Frequency of Abundance. We'll be here tomorrow, enjoying you. Hopefully you can join us, bring some friends, have some fun, pop in the chat, get involved. As always,